This 1948 British 2 shillings coin, known as a florin, is a poignant representation of post-war Britain and its monarchic legacy under King George VI, who ruled from 1936 until his death in 1952. On the obverse front of the coin, we see the left-facing portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, a well-known British coin designer. His initials, HP, are subtly visible at the base of the neck. The surrounding Latin inscription reads George of 6D, G, BR, OMN REX, which is an abbreviated Latin phrase standing for Georgius Sextus Dei Gratia Britanniarum Omnium Rex, translated to George VI by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. This style of regal titulature reflects not only the monarch's dominion over the United Kingdom, but also his symbolic sovereignty over the British Empire, which was still vast at the time. The portrait of George VI, with its stern and composed expression, evokes the sense of wartime duty and resilience that came to define his reign, especially as a sovereign during the Second World War. The reverse side of the coin carries a highly symbolic and aesthetically rich design, again crafted by T.H. Paget. It features a crowned Tudor rose at its center, a national emblem of England, flanked by a thistle on the left, representing Scotland, and a shamrock on the right, symbolizing Ireland. This trio of botanical emblems embodies a unity of constituent nations of the United Kingdom, a recurring theme in British coinage. The floral motif is topped with the St. Edward's crown, the traditional crown used in the coronation of British monarchs, further emphasizing the authority of the sovereign. The surrounding inscription reads, FID, Def, IND, IMP, 2 shillings 1948, where FID Def is short for Fidei Defensor or Defender of the Faith, and IND IMP stands for Emperor of India. Notably, the latter title was still present in 1948, even though India had gained independence in 1947, a reflection of the slow bureaucratic transition of imperial titles following the dissolution of the British Empire. By 1949, the title IND IMP was dropped from British coinage altogether. This specific 2 shillings coin was part of the broader British pre-decimal system, in which £1 consisted of 20 shillings, and each shilling was worth 12 pence, making the 2 shillings equal to 24 old pence, or 1/10 of a pound sterling. Florins were initially introduced in 1849 under Queen Victoria as part of a move toward decimalization, being exactly 1/10 of a pound. Although decimalization would not be officially implemented in the UK until 1971, the florin anticipated this change over a century earlier. The 1948 issue of the 2 shillings coin was made of copper-nickel, an alloy of copper and nickel, instead of the silver used in earlier years, pre-1920 at 92.5% silver and 1920 to 1946 at 50% silver. Due to the increasing cost and scarcity of silver after World War II, British coinage was completely shifted to base metals starting in 1947, making the 1948 coin among the earliest fully copper-nickel florins. The metallic composition of copper-nickel gave it greater durability in circulation, though it lacked the luster of its silver predecessors. The coin has a diameter of 28.5 millimeters, weighs approximately 11.3 grams, and has a reeded milled edge, a design feature introduced centuries earlier to deter clipping, a form of coin fraud involving shaving off small amount of precious metal. These specifications remained consistent until the florin's obsolescence. By the time of decimalization in 1971, the 2 shillings coin was replaced in usage by the 10 new pence coin, which was initially issued in the same size as a florin, before later being reduced in size in 1992. Though demonetized, florins like the 1948 issue remain highly collectible, especially those in better grades, and they capture the essence of transitional era in British history, a world that was shifting rapidly from war into peace, from empire into commonwealth. As a numismatic artifact, the 1948 florin carries value beyond its former face value. It tells a story of imperial titles, evolving currency materials, and monarchic symbolism during an age of reconstruction and modernization. Its collector's value today depends on condition, rarity, and historical significance. While the 1948 issue is not considered rare, millions were minted, it is still highly regarded by collectors for its clarity of design, the historical presence of George VI, and the transitional narrative from silver to copper-nickel coinage. Well-preserved specimens, like the one shown in the image with minimal wear and strong details on both obverse and reverse, are often sought after and can hold modest or respectable value in the collector's market. Furthermore, such coins serve as tangible links to mid-20th century Britain, evoking images of a post-war society, the monarchy's enduring image, and a numismatic system on the cusp of fundamental change.